Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to do another top 5, but not just any top 5. I want to do something very fun and very special. I want to do the top 5 best gaming consoles in history. With the Xbox Series X and the PS5 going to be coming out sometime this year, actually, during this holiday season, I want to reflect on all the old consoles and basically give them appreciation. So, I want to do my top 5 personal favorite gaming consoles of all time. Now, one thing I want to mention though is that I want you guys to keep in mind is that for me personally is that I'm not trying to be biased, but this will be opinion based. So, just because one particular console's not on here doesn't mean that I hate that one particular person's device, okay? Because I know that everyone gets into like the, oh, PlayStation's better, Xbox is better, PC's better, even Nintendo's better. Like, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to give my personal top 5, and then I want you guys to give yours as well in the comment section down below. So, no judging. It's just a judge-free zone. We just all reflect on our favorite gaming moments or our favorite gaming consoles. And also another thing I want to keep in mind here is that consoles, I'm referring to every single thing that you can consider as a gaming device. Just because the top 5 gaming devices doesn't really sound as clear, because gaming devices can mean like controllers or headsets or everything. I mean the item that you play your video games on. So like whether that be the Xbox or the PlayStation or a PC, you know what I mean. Now, this is basically the rules that we're going to be going for this top 5, other than the fact that it's opinion-based, of course, is that I'm going to be looking at, personally, for me, how well the console runs and how well it functions. Secondly, the game/the features that are exclusive to that console, and also as well as that, in my opinion, my memories on that console. So basically functionality, what it had to offer for that specific item, and compared to, like, let's say the other consoles, and then also just in general my memories. So let's begin with the top 5. So coming in at the number 5 spot, and keep in mind this list is very hard to do. If any one thing changed, that like this would actually affect the list so severely. But in my personal opinion, this is going to end up being the Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii is one of the most infamous consoles ever. Like, whether you look at it from the sense of, like, playing a certain game or memeing about it with the Me channel and, you know, just messing around with, like, the certain games and certain music that people just poke fun at, or whether you watched it specifically just as a Netflix machine, because that's also what it's known for, everyone knows the Wii. The Wii is one of the best gaming consoles in history. In fact, I would still consider it one of the best gaming consoles not only in history, but probably going to be in future history. The Wii has so much just uniqueness about it. Like, for me personally, I love the Wii near and dear. The Wii was my very first gaming console, and it's just so unique. Like, the Wii has, like, so many different channels that you can mess around and goof around. You had the Me channel, you had, you know, the Weather channel, you had the Everyone Votes channel, you had Netflix, you had Amazon, you had Hulu, you had all the games. Nintendo also had some really great games on the Wii. Like, you had the, you know, Wii Sports with the bowling and the boxing and the tennis. You had the Wii Mini Tanks game mode that everyone joked about. You had Mario, you had Sonic, you had Zelda. You have a whole bunch of these great franchises that just everybody knows because Nintendo's been around for so long, and it's just so fun. And every single time I load up a Nintendo game, I just always manage to have fun. Nintendo games I get the least pissed off at. Nintendo games have the most uniqueness for me. And to be honest, they have the most replay value. To this day, as much as it upsets me sometimes, I can go onto Mario Kart and load it up and don't care if I get blue shelled. I mean, I care, but like, it's more fun than, like, let's say, playing like the most recent Call of Duty. I can get on the Wii and I can go into the Me channel and I can make a Me and listen to the doot 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 doot, and I can be completely just mesmerized for hours. Like, I personally love the Wii, and even with things such as like just watching Netflix and Hulu and Amazon, you know, and using it for like a stream machine, that was the beginning of like the streaming era instead of just necessarily having it as a console era. Like, the Wii, it did the best of both. It made a great streaming device, but it also made a great console. Most gaming devices are, I feel like, half for streaming and half for like actual gaming, when back in the day it just used to be just for gaming. I personally really like the Wii, and I would, without a doubt, no questions asked, always play the Wii if I had the chance. In fact, I still have my old Wii to this day. I've been just playing it over the last couple months recently. I brought it up from my basement when it was buried down there, and I was like, screw it, I want to play some of my old games, and it's been very fun going back to it. So I personally really love the Wii. It's been my first gaming console. I've always kept it ever since, and I'm probably going to keep it till the day I die just because I just love the Wii. I love Nintendo, but I have a near and dear attachment to my Wii system. I love it. It really, you can't beat it. You have the Motion Plus, you know, like the toe with Wii Motion Plus inside, if you get that reference. You have the nunchuck, you have the sensor bar. You can do a whole bunch of fun things like Just Dance, Mario, Zelda, Sonic. You have the Wii games that are specifically designed for the Wii, like bowling and tennis and all that good stuff that you just can't beat. And I just love it for that reason. So that is number 5. Let's move on to number 4. For me personally, coming in at number 4, this is going to be the PS4. So the PS4, for me personally, I have not owned one, but I have played on them. And for me personally is that the reason why I don't own any Sony products is because for me personally, Sony is super close to Microsoft. When it comes to gaming on PC, you have better graphics, you've got mods, you've got certain games that are exclusive only to PC. The PC is just you know, a good investment because you don't necessarily have to buy a PC that often like you do buy a console. And the Switch in general and the Wii, like, they were unique and had games that were specific to that at the time. But usually whatever is on the PlayStation is available on the Xbox. And other than a few exceptions of some exclusives, it's basically the same. They both have record that features for like YouTube and like your DVR. They both have certain streaming services like Hulu, Netflix, Amazon. They have, you know, pretty much the same quality and quantity of games. So really, it's just a matter of what you're used to. And plus, also the reason why I keep my Xbox mostly at the end of the day instead of switching over to a PS5 is because all my stuff carries over. So like, for example, Xbox is one of the few games consoles that has backwards compatibility, very well done. And so, therefore, I can play a lot of my old games for my 360 and still play the Xbox One, and it's where all my friends are. So like, really, I have like a lot of invested stuff into the Xbox that I don't with the PlayStation, and that's one of the reasons why I like it. Don't get me wrong, the PlayStation is very cool. Like, you have a whole bunch of great exclusives. I love how that there is some games on the PlayStation that I can't get. I just wish they were available on the Xbox. But I see the reason and the enticing part about that. They basically want to keep it so that way they can have more people going to their console. I just don't like exclusivity. I just never have. But I do like how the game, games run on there smoother. I do like how the interface is a lot more friendly. I like it how that they don't have stupid updates like the Xbox where they randomly change the layout or bug out the game. I also feel like their services don't go down that hard. Like, the PlayStation servers for PlayStation 4 are so much better than the Xbox One. They have less issues and whatever. And I just, in general, like the PlayStation. It's very smooth. It's not clunky. Updates don't seem to take God knows how long. You know, like, for example, with Xbox Ones feel like they are infamously just way too slow. And for me personally, I like the PS4. In fact, I would actually put it over the Wii, just because even though I have nostalgia, for the Wii, and I do like the Wii very much, the PlayStation I know is the superior console just because it's better with the times. I personally love the Wii, but I have to give it to the PlayStation 4 for number 4. It's just so much more better. I mean, like, for modern times, it just fits better, and I, in general, just respect what it has done. So that is number 4. Let's move on to number 3. So, for number 3, what I'm going to be doing is that I'm putting in any PC, any gaming PC, because it's not exactly a certain PC. I'm not going to do, like, Alienware or whatever. I'm just saying gaming PC. Now, a lot of you are probably being like, okay, if you're going to be doing gaming PC, why would you not just put this at number 1? This is the reason why I don't put it at number 1, is because more people than not do not have the ability to invest in a gaming PC. Think about it this way. Most people, when they play video games or when they want to buy video games, most people will get on the couch, have a bag of chips, and play their console, looking at their TV, chilling and talking with friends and having a good time. Not everybody has the ability to invest like $1,000+ into a pre-built or made on your own manufactured gaming PC with the glowing lights and a certain amount of RAM and a certain memory card and a certain brand like Alienware, and then you gotta get the monitor, and it's gotta be 360, and it's gotta have like a dual monitor setup, and it's gotta be all fancy schmancy. Like, Nobody can do that on a regular basis. So when I like try to hang out with my friends, like let's say, most people on my friends list do not have the ability to play with me. And that's frustrating because one of the things about gaming is hanging out with your buddies. And sure, I could do a lot of solo games, but the thing is though is that I don't exactly want to. If you were a solo player, I get it. If you wanted to do mods, I get it. But for me personally, I've tried mods on, like, let's say Minecraft, for example. And mods are fun, but once you kind of get used to the mod, it's just like, okay. There's not really a replay value with mods. Like, the base game has to be more fun because installing mods can be a pain in the ass, and it's just like, if you don't have a certain amount of RAM, or you don't have a certain, SD card, you have to make sure it's, like, compatible with it. You gotta make sure the mod is, like, safe to install. You also gotta make sure that the mod is good. You gotta make sure that doesn't slow down your PC. And also in general, like, not a lot of my friends have PCs. It's super expensive. Like, I understand it's a long-term investment. Like, it's like you don't have to buy a PC on a regular basis like you do with a console if you take care of it. But it's just so much money. It's just like, I literally spend money on a gaming computer that I could invest into 3 Xboxes. Like, I legit could invest my money into my computer for 3 Xboxes. That's just ridiculous. So that's one of the reasons just why I don't give it to the PC, but I love the graphics. It's absolutely the best graphics that you play on any gaming system, period. The mods are incredible because there's just so much replay value with mods, even though I personally haven't found one yet for a certain game. Maybe I have to keep looking, but like if you hop in like GTA or Minecraft or Call of Duty, and you have like certain maps and features and guns and game modes or whatever that you just can't get on console, it's just so much more fun. It has like just a lot of things you can do that make the game unique and feel refreshing. And just in general, like I said, it's a long-term investment, but you're not gonna have to buy a PC like you have to buy a new Xbox. You don't have to worry about like, the population of that console dying or people not being on it, because there will always be people on PC. Like Steam has such a huge player base. If you just in general don't play Steam, you can also play stuff from like, let's say, the Epic Game Store. You have certain other downloading devices such as like, let's say, I'm trying to think what the Origin thing for Respawn for Apex Legends. Like, it's just unique and different, but for me personally, that's just the way I look at it. Now, coming in at the number 2 spot, this is going to be something that I've gotten recently over the last couple months, and I love, love, love it. It is the Nintendo Switch. I have not invested a lot of time into the Nintendo Switch that very well damn deserves. The Nintendo Switch is one of the best consoles in gaming history, period. It is such a good console that I have to just go on a mini, like, descriptive, thorough, like, amazing praising speech about this thing. Think about it this way. The Nintendo Switch is literally one of the best long-term investments that you could possibly have for gaming. It hooks up to your TV, but you can bring it portable. It has streaming capability and gaming capability. The thing has the ability to be able to have 2 controllers that are built directly into the console for you to play with your friends straight off the rip, with a stand and everything, so that way you can lay it in tablet form. You can get a Pro controller, which is like an Xbox controller. You have split screen, which a lot of things do not have anymore. This thing has literally infinite player split screen. Not even split screen. Sometimes the game doesn't even have split screen. Sometimes you just play all on the same screen, which prevents the split screen issue. But you can play with your friends on the same device. Like, for example, the Xbox 360 had 4-man split screen. Now the Xbox One has 2. And even then, some games don't even offer split screen anymore. You obviously can't do that on a PC either. PlayStation, same thing, 4-2. Like the Wii, and then the Nintendo Switch, they had split screen all these years, and they never gotten rid of it because they understand that people want to play with their friends. Like, it gives you default 2 controllers. Just default 2 controllers, and you can take that with you and whatever you want. Like, for example, when I first got it and I brought it over to my friend's house for New Year's, I brought it over to their house, we played on their TV, then we went to a restaurant, and we played at the restaurant. I placed the tablet down, and I took off the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, and we were playing back and forth, taking turns, and then we put it back at the house. We literally didn't stop the game for anything. We just kept playing and playing and playing, and it was so much fun. I cannot stress that to you. And the fact that, like, the device has the ability to download games, unlike the way that the the Wii was kind of clunky with it. The Wii never really had like any proper way to download stuff. It always had to be through like third-party stuff or discs, or they had to add it on as DLC through the game. You can never really do that with portable devices either. Like, you never saw like the DS or the Game Boy have that really either. So like, the Nintendo Switch is really the best of both worlds. It's portable. It's also a stay-at-home device whenever you want. You can stream in game whenever you want. The game console itself like has a very good set of graphics, good memory. The controls are pretty simplistic. It's very interactive, very user interface friendly. I just personally really like the Nintendo Switch, and I would so put it high on the totem pole of gaming. But there is one more console that shines above the rest and will forever and always be the best gaming console in history, and this is the Xbox 360. This is the best gaming console as a general consensus from the whole entire community ever. Think about it with one thing in mind. All the memories that you made on gaming, a lot of them for a lot of people would be on the Xbox 360. Back in the day, when it was Xbox 360 over PlayStation 3, the one thing that I would say that had the Xbox 360 be slightly more popular is not only going to be down to, like, let's say just the functional gameplay. Like, for example, I feel like that the PlayStation 4 is better fundamentally than the Xbox One. Well, back in the day, it was the 360 compared to the PlayStation 3. But also, they just in general had better exclusivities. Like, for example, at the time it was Call of Duty on there. You also had Halo, you had Gears of War, which were three big titles back before they started being like almost repetitive at that point. That was like when they were in their peak. The Xbox 360 had an amazing party chat system and friending system and message system. Like, for example, like, it's not weird like to go on the Xbox 360 and talking game chat, or who remembers the message to all friends and recent players thing? You would literally interact with people on such a regular basis, and that was normal. People didn't have this weird thing with stage fright or being like awkward when trying to interact with people online. Like on the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, I feel like literally nobody talks, but if you get on the Xbox 360, everyone is super talkative. It's like at their own separate world. I can't explain how social the Xbox 360 was, and the party system was so much fun. Like, it was so revolutionary at the time, and still is fun to this day. You can even do it on the Xbox One as backwards compatible games. You can go back in 360 and you can just joke around. Like, you had forced game chat a lot of the time on Xbox 360, so you had to interact with people unless you muted your mic, or if you muted players for that matter. The message system was so much more unique and fun and smooth. It didn't feel clunky or weird. It was like just straight to the point. You didn't have to worry about people stalking you with the weird friends request thing on the Xbox One with the 360. Like, for example, on the Xbox One, people could friend you or add you like they're following you on Twitter, and they can know when you're online, they can know what game you're playing, they can join your session in progress like you're a friend, but you're not. The 360 had so much more privacy, and you didn't have to worry about like people being invasive. You also had the ability to set your stats to online, offline, and also busy and away. For example, if you were busy, you could literally just set it to busy, and if you were literally away, you could set it to away, so people knew what was going on. Now on the Xbox One, all you have is online and offline, so people don't know whether or not you're truly online or anymore. So people just spam message you anyway, like as if you are online, and so it defeats the purpose and it gets really goddamn annoying. Also, as well as that, if you're always offline, people don't know if you're online either as the other extreme, so you never get messages or anything when you might want to. Like, let's say you set your stats to away or busy, people are more apt to come back and, you know, ask you later. But if you're just offline, people just assume just to F off, you know, like, and it's just, it would just be nice for people to, like, be patient almost, like, hey, I'm busy now, but I would like to hang out later type of thing. That's basically what busy in a way means. It's like, hey, I'm busy, but I want to hang out later. And it was just so simple and thorough, and the classic 360 boot up is one of the best, like, gaming console boot ups you'll ever see. The avatars were so much fun. You could have your little avatar. Like, the avatar is not exactly like the Mii's on Wii or Nintendo, but they're still super fun. And you could have like the I remember the achievements were super fun, and like you could also unlock things like gamer pictures for the Xbox 360 or avatar stuff through the Xbox 360 games by doing achievements. You could unlock personal stuff, not just for the game, like achievement-wise for gloating, but you could customize your character and show off something that you did and give you a reward for doing that. And it's one of the reasons why I kept my Xbox 360 avatar profile picture on my Xbox One still to this day. I've not changed it because it's so unique and I want to keep it that way because I miss that era. The Xbox 360 is without a doubt in my mind one of and will always be one of the best gaming consoles ever. It was so unique, so much fun, and it was to the point where literally, like when the Xbox One came out, that for several years, people just stayed on their 360. Like, for example, when people did the 360, you know, compared to the Xbox original just got faded out instantly, but people just didn't want to let go of the Xbox 360. Like, people moved on from their Xbox originals, no problem, and I'm pretty sure people will move away from their Xbox Ones, no problem, but there is still to this day so many people on the Xbox 360. That's why a lot of their games are backwards compatible, because they know this. Like, I'm sure it may be down to the fact that some people can't afford a next-gen console, but it's been like, what, 8 years now? Like, the Xbox One came out in 2013. It's 2020. It's been about like 7 to 8 years. So people, if they were going to get one, they would have they would have gotten a long time ago by now. But just the simplicity of the 360, man, like, at the end of the day, yes, it's old. Yes, it's long overdue for it to die. But I'm happy to this day that it won't die. It's like that one badass old dude that you know that won't back down no matter how much life beats them to death. And they should have died a long time ago from, like, let's say, a disease, or the fact that they're just in general old and they're dying, or people are just being like, okay, boomer to them. But yet they just shrug it off and they keep on going and they're a total goddamn badass. That is the Xbox 360. The Xbox 360 is the Clint Eastwood of gaming. That is literally what it is. It's the Arnold Schwarzenegger of gaming. It's the Sylvester Stallone of gaming. It is one of the most badass, infinite, godlike consoles that just exists on this planet. And I would love to include other gaming devices, but there's just nothing on this God's earth that can beat the classic, good old Xbox 360. But anyways, guys, this is going to be today's video. I truly hope you ended up enjoying. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you enjoyed today's video, you know, please let me know by telling me what you thought about it. I would love to hear your guys' opinions down below in the comments. Let me know your personal list as well. If you had to pick some gaming devices in general, like, what would they be and why? I'm really am curious, because there is the PlayStation guys and the Xbox guys and the PC guys and the Switch guys, or Nintendo guys, because it's not exactly like a trend with Nintendo, because they go Wii, Wii U, and then Switch. Like, they don't have Wii, and then Wii U, and then Wii whatever, you know what I mean. You get what I mean. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and peace out, guys.